And one element we can add to a lot of these assessments is self-reflection, getting those students to think about their own thinking.
Ah, metacognition. It's so powerful for them to become aware of their own thinking process, what they're good at, where they need to grow.
We can encourage that by asking them to reflect on their learning, what worked well, what challenges came up, and how they handled them.
So we might ask, what was the hardest part of this project for you? How did your thinking change as you worked on it? What would you do differently next time?
Exactly. These reflections, they don't just give us valuable insights into their thinking, they also help build self-awareness and a growth mindset.
So important. And one tool that can be really helpful here is rubrics.
Rubrics are great. They provide that clear framework for evaluating student work.
Right.
They outline those specific criteria and performance levels.
They help us to grade those complex tasks and projects in a way that's consistent and fair.
Yes, and they can be incredibly helpful for students
Oh,
too.
for sure. When we share the rubric beforehand, it gives them a clear idea of what we're looking for, helps them know where to focus their efforts. And when we even involve them in creating the rubrics,
Even better.
they develop a deeper understanding of those learning goals and what it takes to succeed.
It's about empowering them to take ownership of their learning.
This has been so eye-opening. It makes me realize that assessment doesn't have to be this scary, separate event. It can be a natural part of learning, a way to not just measure progress, but to support and enhance it.
Exactly. When we see assessment as a chance for learning, we shift the focus from just giving grades to helping them grow as learners.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, this whole deep dive has given me so much to think about. I'm feeling inspired and ready to bring more higher order thinking into my teaching and into my assessment practices.
I'm glad to hear that. And just remember, start small, try things out, and see what works for you and your students.
Great advice. I know our listeners are feeling just as inspired as I am.
I hope so. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave everyone with one final thought.
Okay, I'm listening.